Hello, this is Maria Borgoff, and I am on the road again, so I'm in my car taking this video. But this week for Hotline Bling, I wanted to talk about something that happens to me a lot, and I hear a lot of people talking about it. When you're having a conversation with someone, how many times are you really listening to what they're saying? Or while they're speaking, you are thinking about what you're going to say next. So, this is something that I have a lot of trouble with. And I think a lot of us struggle with it too. When people are speaking to us, most often we are thinking about how we can contribute to the conversation, what we're going to say, what kind of smart thing we can come up with, how interesting we can be, all of those kinds of things. And so what happens is when we're in the middle of a conversation and someone is opening up to us, or they're sharing a part of their experience or their themselves with us, instead of being fully present with what they're saying and really listening, instead we're in our own head and we're actually just absorbed with ourselves and how we can, look good or say something that's interesting or funny. So what does this do? Well, it actually disconnects us from people. And you might even be able to pick up on this when you're talking to someone and you just get this feeling like they're not really listening to you. It's not a good feeling. It doesn't make you want to keep talking. It doesn't make you trust that person very much. And it kind of makes you question whether they care about you, whether they care about what you're saying, whether they like you maybe, all of those things. So it doesn't feel very good to have someone on the other end not listening to you. So what we can do then is when someone is speaking to us, we can pay as close attention as possible. And when we put that same amount of attention and presence when someone else is speaking, when we really listen to what they're saying and stop thinking about how we're going to respond, then people start to notice. People start to open up to you a little bit more. They start to trust you a little bit more. They actually want to hear what you have to say, and they might actually listen to you a little bit better because a part of them can just sense that you are really listening and hearing and seeing them. So that's something that we can do if we want to, almost if we want more respect from people. It doesn't mean that we have to speak more or that we have to prove it through our words of how intelligent we are, how funny we are, all of those things. We can actually become a better listener. And we can do this by engaging eye contact, looking in someone's eyes, and really trying to understand every single word that they're saying. And we can also do this through body language. So when someone is crossing their arms while you're speaking to them, most likely you feel kind of cut off. You feel like they don't really want to be there. So think about your body language. How can you be in kind of a receptive body position when you're speaking to someone, and how will this affect the way that you are listening to them and the way that they understand and perceive you as listening to them? So when we become better listeners, then we actually become better speakers. But first, we have to start on the listening part. Next week, I'm going to talk a little bit about how we can articulate and express ourselves a little bit more clearly, and how we can start to connect with people better in that way. But first, let's work on listening. So maybe this is something that you practice this week. Maybe you're having a conversation with someone, you notice that your mind is just swirling with thoughts and you are thinking about how you're going to respond rather than really hearing every word that they're saying. Stop yourself, look at them, make eye contact, try to imagine as if their words are in space and they're like hitting your body. and you're feeling the vibration of those words. And then feel your body and listen to your body and how your body's responding to the words that they're saying. And you will become a better listener. So that's one little exercise you can do. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us through the forum. You can ask us anything you like, anything that's kind of coming up for you as a challenge or an obstacle, or maybe something that you really enjoy from the Lightning blog. And then feel free to comment below this video and share your thoughts with us. We'd love to hear them. And be sure to check back in next week when we talk about how to express ourselves more clearly and more creatively. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.